Right. Very nice. Once again, good morning to all those who have joined and those who are going to join. Most welcome. Our friend, our friend Vinayak is making some arrangement to allow for the today's session. So just I go uh, what we learnt in the previous session in the form of slides. So this all we learnt. Okay. So all this we learnt. Just have a glance. We just have a glance. This one, this one, this one, formula, and some numericals we studied. Okay. Now, this is what today's topic of discussion. Mixtures. Mixture, anything in any ratio. So there's no definite ratio. If you maintain definite ratio, then it becomes a compound. So there is a clear cut difference between an element and a compound and a mixture. Element is a substance made up of only one kind of atoms or one kind of particles. Okay. And whereas the compounds are also made up of only one kind of molecules. Okay. But those molecules they have combined in a definite proportion. So that's why ratio is very important there in the compound. Whereas in the case of mixture, you bring anything in any amount, in any ratio, just mix it. So that is called what? Mixture. And because it is a mixture, we can separate easily the components. So the components of a mixture can be easily separated by normal physical methods. Okay, we don't require any special chemical reactivities or the chemical tests. So we don't require, because first of all they are not combined in the mixture. Components are not combined. So therefore, when they are not combined, when they are maintaining their identity, when they are maintaining their properties, when they have not lost their properties, then I think because of their maintaining the properties, we can separate by looking into their nature. So in this mixture, this type of components are there, these type of components are there. So their nature is like this. So depend upon the nature. So this is the method. So I go for this method so that I will separate easily. That means selection of a method depends upon nature of components and nature of a mixture. So simply don't select a method. Okay. So if you select a wrong method, then we don't get a good result. Okay, that's why. So selection of a method is very important. So there are various methods available in science or in chemistry in particular to separate the components of a mixture. Only thing is we have to study first all the properties before going to the activity. First you study the properties. So once you are aware that the properties are like this, then aram say you can separate using that method. Okay, because there are some methods they are suitable for some mixtures. They depend upon the boiling point, they depend upon the solubility, so they depend upon the shining, they depend upon the size. So all those factors are there. So keeping in mind all those factors, on that ground, on that basis, so we adopt a special method so that we can save our time. Important is what? To save time. Simply let us not waste time. Nowadays, we are running short of time. So we are so much busy in the mechanical life. So since morning to evening, so we are our life is what I can say. Life runs on wheels. So fast we are. So morning to evening, everybody from elderly person to the youngest person of a family, all are busy. So therefore, to save time, to save physical labor, okay, and to get the good result, and to go for the easy what routes, easy method. So we have to select a correct method so that will be successful at least to maximum extent. Okay, right. So in the mixture again there are two types: homogeneous and the heterogeneous. So homogeneous are also called as what? True solutions or simply solutions. So best example is sodium chloride in water. Already we discussed sugar in water, sugar in the milk, Boronita in the milk. So all those are called as what? Homogeneous solutions where a solute mixes well with the solvent. The one which is in the minor quantity is called as solute, and the one which is in the major quantity is called as solvent. So in the case of homogeneous mixture, it is the solute mixes uniformly throughout the solvent. That is called as what? Uniform mixing, perfect combination, solubility. So all these words are apt for homogeneous mixture. Whereas in the case of heterogeneous mixture, solubility is not that much expected. Okay, some are partially soluble, some are insoluble. Okay, so those who are partial soluble, they will go for the turbidity, that means not clear solution. Whereas when you add sodium chloride, salt in water, we get a clear solution. So we cannot see the sodium chloride or the salt particles through our naked eyes. Okay, so we require a microscope to see the sodium chloride, salt into the solution. Whereas in the case of a heterogeneous mixture, so if it is partially soluble, so at least we can see something is moving, something is floating, something is suspending. So all those we can see aramse with our naked eyes. Whereas in the case of insolubility, where solute is insoluble, where solute is not soluble at all, not mixing at all. Okay, even after stirring 10 times, 20 times, okay, half an hour. So even after stirring, mixing well, shaking well, after half an hour, entire solid particle settles to the bottom. Okay, so you can see easily at the bottom, uh, the water, the solid particles settles to the bottom. Okay, this you might have experienced if you are from village. Okay, there are some villages, they are very close to the river. Okay, so on the bank of river, there are some villages in India, in Karnataka especially. Okay, so when the rain comes in the month of June, especially monsoon, first few rains. Okay, so it brings water, but that water is what? Muddy water. The water what we see in the river in the beginning of the monsoon is a muddy water. Okay, it contains some mud, clay, sand, all those. So it is totally mixture. So therefore, when we collect that water from the river in the month of June, okay, and keep it on overnight, next day you see, so you will see that entire mud particles settles at the bottom. Clearly you can see. Okay. So in the same way, chalk piece, make a powder and put in the water, shake well and wait for some time. You will see entire chalk piece settles to the bottom because they are insoluble. So insolubility or partial solubility or perfectly mixing soluble, all these factors are explained on what ground? On the size of the solute particles. Okay, here size matters. Hmm. So when the size is small, then it can pass through. Okay, it can pass through. It can mix well because a smaller size will fit well in the structure. Whereas if the size is bigger, okay, then it's a problem to fit well, and maybe to some extent partially it will go inside where place is available, and it will remain as it is. That means partial solubility. And there are some particles, there are some chemicals whose size is so big that it will not fit well into the structure of solvent. So thereby very difficult to mix them and they remain insoluble. So everything depends on what? Size, that we are going to discuss now in today's session. So heterogeneous mixture depend upon the size. Okay, depend upon the size. They are further classified as colloidals and the suspensions. Okay, in the case of colloidals, at least a partial solubility is expected. Starch in water. Okay, so partially soluble. Partially soluble in the cold condition. When you go for a boiling, you may expect a little more, but around 60 to 80% remains insoluble. At least some 20 to 40%, no, due to heat energy. So you expect some solubility. So that is what? That is colloidal. So in the case of colloidal, size is in between. True solution, size is too small. Suspension, size is too big. Colloidal, in between. So this in between size makes partial solubility or the partial insolubility. That's why we get some kind of turbidity. Okay, not clear. Okay, blood is a colloidal, not clear. Gum is a colloidal. Honey is a colloidal. There are many examples in the nature which are in the colloidal form. Okay, so we learn day by day all those examples of everyday who are all true solutions, who are all examples for the colloidals, and who are belongs to the suspensions. All those we learn. So now we understand that in the heterogeneous mixture, again there are two types. One is what? Colloidals, other one is suspensions. So diagrammatically, just to understand, a small what a square is made. So that is this shows that orderly arrangement means what? Perfect mixing. That is you have to understand. Okay, not exactly like this. So just to understand. So it is a pictorial way of understanding the concepts. And this is what they are not mixing at all. Okay, so perfectly not mixing. So they become the suspension. So again, in the heterogeneous, there are two types I told, and those are here. So those will discuss. One more chart comes later. Now you see one more pictorial representation of the pure substances and the mixtures. Okay, so what are pure substances? Pure form of matter. Only two examples in the nature. They are elements and the compounds. Element is made from only one kind of atoms. Compound is made from only one kind of molecules. Because they made from only one kind of particles, that's why they are the pure and the purest and the only two as per the science. Okay, so elements and the compounds are the only two examples for pure substances strictly according to the concept of science. So mixtures, you see once again a different way of understanding pictorially. So homogeneous and the heterogeneous. Okay, right. Oh, you love all these mixtures. You love all these mixtures because these are all I brought from everyday experience. Okay, so all these simply we mix and eat. Okay, so they're all examples for heterogeneous mixture where you can separate easily without any problem. Now this is a chart. This is a better chart than the previous chart where it can give very clear cut information regarding the how matter is classified on the solubility ground. Okay, so first is what this is matter. Okay, so can matter be physically separated? No means what? It becomes pure substance. When you are not in a position to separate components of a mixture of a matter physically by the physical method, then it becomes pure substance because elements and compounds they are not to be their particles are not separated using normal physical methods. Therefore, they require
Sir,
some special chemical methods. Okay.
sir,
So, huh?
sir, can it be chemically decomposed means what, sir?
Huh? Elements and the compounds can be done by chemically only, not by the physically. Okay. So physically only mixtures can be done. That's why I have written here. If it is physically separated, then it becomes mixture. If it is not done through physical process by some other special chemical process, then it becomes the pure substance. So clearly I have written here. Okay. So if it is no, then it becomes a pure substance. If it is yes, then it becomes a mixture. Now in the mixture again, is the composition uniform? It is a mixture only. We understood it is a mixture. In the mixture, whether the composition is uniform, if it is yes, then it becomes a homogeneous. Salt in water, uniform composition, mix well. So it is a homogeneous or a true solution or a simply solution. If is the composition uniform, if the answer is no, then it becomes what? Heterogeneous mixture. And again in the heterogeneous mixture, what I told, there are two types. One is the colloidals and the suspensions. Okay, right. Now we will come to other.
What is meaning of uniform?
Sir,
What is meaning?
what are colloids and
I will come.
suspension?
No, chat is going on. Wait. Let us wait first. One by one, we will climb the step. So let us not put our leg directly on the top of Mount Everest. Okay. So step by step, a small hill, bigger hill, biggest hill, Mount Everest. So slowly we'll go. So slide by slide, we'll understand. So now I'm explaining the right part of the chart. Okay. So in the pure substance, again, what is the question here? Question is, can it be chemically decomposed? If it is yes, then it is a compound because compound is made up of what? Combination of two or more atoms. So they can be separated by the decomposition. Whereas if you cannot decompose, then it is an element only because element is the last part of matter. Further decomposition further is impossible. So element is the final. Okay. So if it is the
Sir,
no,
water is compound, na sir?
definitely it is made of hydrogen and the oxygen in the 2:1 by volume. It's a compound. So hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, iron, cobalt, nickel, aluminum, gold, all these are examples for elements. Okay, so they are made up of their own atoms. Oxygen is made up of oxygen atoms. So further division is not possible. So if the answer is no, it becomes element. If the answer is yes, then you treat it as what? Compound. So this chart is very better chart than the previous chart, which gives a clear cut idea between what are homogeneous, what are heterogeneous, and element compound mixtures can be easily understood by this chart. In the same way, now we are going to understand the last part, that is colloidals and the suspensions. Okay.
Sir,
Ah.
sir, if plastic is a compound or element, sir? Element
How
if
to
plastic
know?
is element, sir?
How to know that it is a compound element? First question. How to know? A given matter, whether it is an element or a compound or a mixture. How to know? Just by our today's session, how will you come to know?
Sir, homogeneous means two or more solutions, sir.
Huh.
Like if we put tea, sir, it is a homogeneous solution.
Hmm. Can you separate the
And
components
heterogeneous means,
present in? Can you separate the components present in the plastic so easily? Can you
no,
separate?
sir.
Can you
No, sir.
separate?
No, sir.
How? No, Baba. You take today one plastic spoon in the house. Separate the polythene, ethene from the plastic. Will you separate in the house? No. Impossible.
No, sir.
Ah. So you cannot separate the chemicals which are present in the plastic easily. They require special chemical methods. So plastic is a belongs to compound category. If you can separate, it is a mixture straight away. Mixture can be separated very easily by the normal methods. Whereas compounds requires a special method. So you have to take the plastic to the laboratory, melt it, make it liquid, then decompose. So understand the property. Then you come to the conclusion that this plastic contains these chemicals. Okay. So plastic belongs to, it is actually polymer. So it is a big compound. So we learn in the separate higher class. There is a subject known as what? Polymers. Okay. Polythene, polyvinyl chloride, rubber, nylon, rayon. Okay, so bakelite, all those special polymers are there. We are using every day in our life. So those we learn in the separate chapter in our hair class. Okay, so polymers are there. But now polymers are very big molecules. They are compounds. They are polymers, and they can be separated into monomers by special methods. Okay, right. Now we'll come to the suspension part. What are suspensions? Okay, you see the particle size first. Over 1000 nanometer means a particle size in the case of suspension is more than 1000 nanometer. So nanometer I told in the beginning in the previous session, a small unit, angstrom unit, nanometers,
10 raised to
picometers.
minus 6 meters, sir.
They are in the range of 10 to the power of minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10. Okay, all those. So they are very highly microscopic, tiny. So that means particle size of suspension is what? 1000, whereas in the case of true, it is very less than the 1 nanometer. So small it is, so it is soluble. I told in the beginning only. So we expect solubility depend upon the size. Okay, right. Now here, particles settle out. Okay, in the case of suspension of water, you first mix well. After mixing well, keep it aside for some time. You can see the at the bottom clearly the solid particles. So particles of solute settles to the bottom. Can be separated by filtration. Aram se, because they are not mixing, Chalk piece powder in water, insoluble. So add chalk piece powder, shake well in the water. Okay. So then you bring one filter paper and pour on the filter paper. You will see that only water comes at the bottom, not the pot chalk piece, because chalk piece size is more than the size of the water. That holes which are present in the filter paper. So filter paper has got some microscopic holes or the pores. So through that pore, bigger size chalk piece particle will not pass through. So it settles on the bottom, top of the filter paper. At the bottom, clear water you get. So that's why I wrote here can be separated by filtration. Best example is your tea only, no? When you go for a tea preparation, you go for filtration. So tea powder on the top, tea liquid at the bottom. So tea powder is a suspension. Size is bigger. It cannot pass through the filter what you are using in the kitchen. So depend upon the size, we think filtration. Okay, now may scatter light, but are not transparent. Okay, that means this is on special optical property, scattering of light. So sky looks blue. It is because of what? Scattering of light. Okay, whenever light comes from the sun to the earth, so the particles of the which are present in the atmosphere, they scatter. So means they move here and there. So due to the movement, so they develop some kind of wave nature, and that wave particle nature is there in the higher class. So they come with some certain wavelength. Okay, so our eyes are
Sir,
in a position to identify only certain wavelengths which are falling in the visible spectrum of the main electromagnetic spectrum. So that is known as what? Visible region we learn in the higher class. So only our eyes are capable of identifying only 7 colors. Vibjar, violet, indigo, blue, green, okay, red, orange, yellow. So these colors are identified by our eyes. Our eyes have got the ability. The cones and the rods system is there in the eyes, human eyes. So other rays our eyes cannot detect. To detect those rays, we require special devices. Using those rays, we can see. Aram see infrared rays, ultraviolet, X-ray, gamma. So all those rays we can see using physics apparatus. And with our naked eyes, our eyes will identify only those 7 different colors. Okay, right. So this scattering of light is what? Light will move here and there. So the path of light is clearly visible,
sir,
and that is seen in the case of what? Suspension, because the size is bigger. So if the size is bigger, no, they can scatter the light. If size is so small, then light will pass through aram say, so it cannot be seen. So that happens in the case of what?
sir,
True solution. Huh?
sir, scattering of light in solutions is also known as Tyndall effect, sir.
No, it is not that same thing. Tyndall effect is for colloidals, not for the true solutions. Okay. True solutions are small
Okay.
in size, so light will pass through easily.
In true solutions, no Tyndall effect is there,
No,
sir.
no, no,
But in
never.
suspension,
Yeah, it is very clear. You can do it in the house only. Okay. So in one
yes,
glass
sir.
you take
Yes.
water and you put one half a spoon of water, sugar or the salt, make it a clear solution. Okay. I am saying not the stainless steel tumbler. You go for the glass tumbler, transparent glass tumbler. Okay. Then in one more glass you take milk, right? Then you bring one red laser torch, which are easily available in the market nowadays. Okay. So from the side, for example, this is my mobile, but take it as a glass. Okay. So this is a glass, which contains a small amount of salt in water, which is transparent. So from side, you allow the red laser torch so to go inside through the that, tumbler. Then from the top you see, from top, okay, from top you see clearly, you can see the path into the milk, not in the salt solution, because size matters. Okay, that you do it later, right? So now it is heterogeneous. Okay, right. So now I think my Webex app is saying that in 5 minutes session is going to end. So now I am keeping my session open for discussion. So any doubt regarding the
Sir,
today's session, most welcome. Yeah.
sir, if we mix heterogeneous mixture and another heterogeneous mixture,
Hmm.
will it be a true solution?
When you are only saying both are heterogeneous, how it will become true solution?
Then you said milk and Bonvita are true solutions, sir. In just now, in
Ah, very good. Exact. Good point. Very good point. Okay. So true solution, I said from the normal language point. Okay. But as per the science, true solution is transparent. Okay. Make it a correction.
okay, sir.
Good. Very good.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Next,
Sir, you told what is Tyndall effect?
a Tyndall effect tomorrow. We'll discuss. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, timing you in the house, if laser torch is available, green, red. So kindly take in one glass tumbler, not stainless steel, not plastic, glass.
Okay, sir.
In one full glass.
Sir, will we discuss?
Huh? It will sir, tomorrow only. First you see.
Sir, will we discuss types of colloids as well?
Definitely. In small, not in detail. Okay.
Yes.
So briefly we discuss the
Okay, sir.
colloidals. In the 11th class, a separate chapter is there. That is known as what? Surface
Okay, sir.
chemistry. Okay.
Sir,
Okay,
should homogeneous mixtures always be transparent?
Definitely. That is the criteria. That is the characteristic. That is the condition. Okay. Then no
Sir,
need to
can
come-
heterogeneous mixtures be transparent, sir?
No. Either semi solubility or full insoluble. Therefore, they cannot become transparent. Anything? Kirtan?
Yes, sir.
Anything regarding the?
No, sir.
Good. You did well in the recently
Sir,
examination. Okay.
sir, wood can be defined as what?
Wood is a mixture, totally mixture. It is a heterogeneous mixture, or you can take it as a colloidal at the most, but not the transparent true source.
Sir,
So you take wood to the laboratory, dissolve it, then you will come to know what all in the wood leaf. So in the nature, maximum examples are for mixture only I told. Okay, more are example for element are few, okay, compounds are many, mixtures are much more.
Sir,
Sir,
what is
total
Brownian
elements
moment?
Huh?
Flowchart.
Yeah, please.
Sir,
Sir,
show flowchart. I
sir,
want
total
to
how
see,
many
sir.
elements are there?
You want total number of elements in the nature?
Sir.
No, wait. One is asking
sir, there are more than 100, sir.
about elements, sir. Elements.
Yes, sir.
Ah.
Yes, sir.
But naturally occurring elements are up to uranium. Okay, uranium is the last discover. No, that is the what? Heaviest
Naturally occurring
element.
element.
Sir,
Up to uranium. Beyond, we have made it time being, and
Sir,
we
show the flowchart.
study and okay.
sir, what are the properties of the diamonds?
Diamond is different totally. It is a made from only carbon with a close
Sir,
packing structure.
show flowchart.
Very
Sir,
hard.
coal is also made from carbon, sir.
Uh,
Coal is also made from carbon, sir.
which one?
Coal, sir, coal.
Coal,
Coal.
smoke, lamp black, diamond, graphite. All these are carbon forms, different forms.
Sir, what is Brownian moment?
Brownian movement is in the gaseous state, attractive force is very weak. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So because of the weaker attractive forces between the particles, so they keep moving.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you burn what incense stick in the puja room, fraction of a minute you will get that fragrance in the hall. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
because in the gaseous state they keep moving, this random movement is there. No, this random movement is first
Yes,
time
sir.
seen in the past, maybe some 100 years back. So Robert Brown, so that's why his name is kept. So the random movement of gases, especially for the gaseous particles. But nowadays, for anything we apply, any particle which is moving randomly is called as Brownian movement. But more correctly, we apply this to the gaseous state. Okay, random movement.
Okay, sir.
Next,
Okay,
Sir,
sir.
diamond is a allotrope, sir.
definitely it's a carbon allotrope only. Different forms of carbon.
Sir,
Next,
show one time flowchart.
flowchart. Which flowchart? Today, sir.
Previous one, sir.
All right, okay. Right.
Sir, can we make
Yeah.
artificial diamonds by natural diamonds properties?
Once again, please.
Can we make artificial diamonds, sir, by
Definitely,
natural diamonds?
nowadays in the diamond shops, we don't know exactly whether they're natural or the artificial. There are some techniques. So those techniques are refractive index or solubility,
Sir.
melting point. One minute, please hold. When I'm explaining, please listen. So there are some techniques they have to be done in the laboratory. But in the shops, we don't have the facility. Now, whatever they say, we'll believe.
Yes, sir.
So in some shops, they are making artificial diamonds. There are some methods, okay, at high temperature. Graphite converts into diamond. So they look like a natural only. They are natural.
Yes.
So it's only in the laboratory level by doing some test we will come to know it is natural or the artificial. Otherwise, definitely at the shop level we will not come to know. So only thing, so you have to be very careful. If the shopkeeper is known to you, he will give you the original. Otherwise, he will give you the duplicate and he will take the price of original. So that's why
Yes, sir.
they are maintaining very hi-fi showrooms. Very profit is there by selling the diamonds. That's why they maintain a class
Sir,
level
how we
showroom.
can find, sir, the diamond is natural or artificial, sir?
That only that I told you, refractive index, melting point, all those are there that we can't do in the shop. Okay, property of shining, property of surface. So all those you otherwise you should tell that owner that I am taking the diamond. You come with me. We will check in the laboratory in the DC office. There is a laboratory. Okay, anything mixture is there, no? He will check it. So in the presence of a DC and the shop owner, you check it. So if it is found artificial, sir, he has a
Sir, he will not come only.
then he will be taken action by the DC. That who will do? We don't have time, no? Simply we believe and take. That's all. Belief is very important. He says that this is a dog. Yes, it is a dog. If he gives cat, what I can do? Huh? Yes, anything?
Sir, I'm not getting how to distinguish between compound and element, sir.
Compound is, see, compounds are made up of what?
Sir,
Molecules.
alloys are compound, na sir?
Wait. Compounds are made up of what? Molecules. Water is a compound. So you can see the bond, the attachments between the atoms. Okay. H to O, O to H, H to Cl, C to H. You can see the bonding. Aram se. Okay. This will be done at the microscopic level.
Sir, elements elements chemical name is
Wait. Whereas elements are made up of only atoms. You don't see any bonding. No bonding at all. No bonding.
What is bonding?
Bonding is the attachment between the two atoms. Hydrogen chlorine reacts. Hydrogen chloride. Carbon oxygen reacts. Carbon dioxide. Hydrogen oxygen reacts. Water.
Helium is also element, sir.
Helium is element, definitely. Okay, now it is in 1 minute it is saying that I am going to end up the WebEx app. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And tomorrow we will continue.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Very good.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Prajwal Biradar.